What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Kinky Teddy Bear. Castle level is 27. Pretty excited because today's patch day, at least when I was recording this. So we're going to have a patch later today. I have pretty much an hour until maintenance, if you guys want to know exactly when this was recorded. So there might be a little bit of balance changes, that will go through. I'm not sure exactly what's going to change because they were kind of vague on what was happening this patch and what was happening in the future. I know a couple of the things, but currently, this is the patch 18, so just so you guys are aware. We'll have to see if a lot of things change, it might change pretty much everything about the game. Who knows if there's, creature balance changes or not coming with this. We'll have to see. Alright, so I like this, obviously. You had one of the guys without a Defendatron in exchange for a Puppeteer and a Spotter out in front, and it looks like a Spotter probably in back as well. That's fine. Not too big of a difference. At your level 27, and these were level 28 mobs, you can get one shot by a level 30 archer. That's gonna be good. But yeah, your what do you call them? Your Stairmasters can be one shot by a volley. So that's the only difference, is that since you don't have a Defendatron on one of them, if someone volleys it, they'll probably almost take out the Defendatron, kill the Stairmaster, and then, continue with the group. And it looks like this is already your boss room, which is kind of weird. It looks like your castle might not be complete, which is kind of unfortunate, but, we'll just keep going. I mean, what I did see of it, there was no real problems. I'm actually going to die because I took a couple of Zeke shots. In case you guys are aware, it is like 8 in the morning when I'm recording this video, so there might be a couple mistakes. It's 8 in the morning and I haven't slept, pretty much. I work overnight, so I just got off of work and I've decided to do a couple Viewer Castle runs before maintenance, then probably go to sleep. So yeah, I mean, pretty good castle for what you had in there. We'll jump into number 2 in just a sec. Alright, so for number 2 we have Sparkaz. Castle level is a 28. I jumped into it before I started the recording, so we'll just continue with this. Alright, so we've got these two Snouters that are obviously pulling around the corner. Let's see what comes. Alright, so it looks like you have the Dampener here, a Squidly, which is kind of weird, and then some Explodifiers down towards the back. We'll pull 2 groups here, see what comes on the second group. We have a Cyclops, and it looks like a Scorpio maybe back there. Alright. So, I mean, the Dampener might get killed off before the fight really starts. I don't know how much more you could delay him. He's only really going to be effective if someone double pulls right away. And they don't necessarily have to do that, at least with the timers the way that they are. That might change, this next coming patch, who knows. This is a pretty good group. This is a solid group that I use in my castle as well. And I might die to it right here. If that Stairmaster didn't die, yeah, I died, never mind. Like I said, mistakes, I've been up all night. That's my excuse, I'm sticking to it. Alright, let's continue. So that first room kind of looks similar to mine, a little bit different obviously. There's a couple different minions in there, but some of the trap layouts and stuff is a little bit similar. It's a good group though, or a good room though nonetheless. Let's pull back and wait for this Zeke to come forward towards us. Dodge this bolt. Headshot. Alright. So I mean, this is a good spot for a Zeke because obviously he's protected by this next set of group up here if I wanted to engage him, especially if a knight wanted to engage him. They would be required to pull 2 groups in order to do that. Alright, that's dead end. Alright, so this looks very similar to mine. I can see what's in here. There's a Cyclops at least, which means if I can see it, I should be able to volley it. Pull it without doing this. That's the main reason why I personally have moved my Spike Trap towards the wall a little bit more as well. Because I want to try to deny the possibility of volleying my group without going past the Spike Trap. It's very difficult to do. Like, it's still possible even in my castle. I'm still tweaking it every day, so it's kind of difficult. But yeah, you want to, obviously what I did is I made this a little bit of an open space here so someone could walk down this area, and I put it like nearby this right here. Like I moved it over a couple hexes. And that's kind of my answer to it, and then I moved everything back a little bit so that there's even some dead space here where you could land here and you can see the minions. But I'm hoping that the minions are scary enough by themselves that I actually should put some mines in mine as well. But yeah, I put some the minions should be scary enough by themselves to force you back over this trap here. Now this part of my castle, if you've copied it completely, this is actually my favorite part of my castle right here. And the reason why is because as these guys are coming around and you have to deal with this, plus possibly a secondary group if you pull two groups, it's like literally so difficult for you to engage this without coming back over this trap a second time. That I think almost everyone has to go back into this room, and then even being into this room with having Stairmasters and I have like a spider and stuff like that, that's really difficult to engage. I'm gonna die a bunch of times in this video and probably the next one, just because I'm really tired. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the space control is so dominant that it almost makes you have to go over 2 spike traps just to be able to engage these 2 groups by themselves. It's one of my favorite parts of my castle, because it's pretty difficult to fight without, you know, taking more trap damage than you need to. Or than you're supposed to, which is good. Pretty much every one of my groups in this room kind of forces the person back, except for my Zeke, not nearly as much. I'm not actually happy with the Zeke that I have here. We'll have to see if you have a minion over here. Looks like you don't. Maybe you pulled it through the wall or something. I should do something like that, because I'm not really all that happy with how my Zeke is working that's in this room. I'll probably have to switch that out. I think I'm going to probably rebuild my entire castle coming up soon. Probably for one of the competitions, and I won't show it off until the competition's over. Especially if there's a lot of balance changes for creatures or anything. You know, if it changes up the game enough, I'm definitely going to have to rebuild my castle, so. Alright, so this is a good one as well. I haven't really talked about it, but basically, it's another one of those space control things. You have a Hunger Bot, you have a Smashing Cyclops, and you have a Stairmaster. All are very good at space control, and you have to pretty much engage it in this small little area here. This would be another room that if you like put a mine over in this corner and a mine maybe, you know, in these corners and stuff, it would just reduce the space even more so. Alright, let's see if you... See, I'm wondering where these guys are, because I'm actually not very good at... I'm not very good at making these guys not move. Basically locking their movement. Blocking them, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not very good at that. So I'm kind of trying to get better. I'm trying to look at other people's setups to see how they're doing it. Because I tried using just mines, and it seems like that doesn't work quite well enough. I'm wondering if maybe it's just traps that you need to use or something. Maybe they can get around mines but not traps. I don't know. There's something with their AI that sometimes they get stuck though, and I'm trying to exploit that as much as possible. Like, because everybody else is for these competitions, so it's kind of, you know, cutthroat. You got to try to do everything you can to get more wins in these defense competitions and stuff. I actually accidentally used a potion instead of headshot. It's alright though. I've already died a couple times. No big deal. Alright, this is one of my, the rooms that I like as well. You have it a little bit different, obviously, because you have a Zeke in here, and I have something different completely. But I like this room quite a bit that I have set up in my castle. Mainly because I have a Cyclops and I have some Stairmasters and stuff like that on the other side of this, and I don't think it's valuable. I'm not 100% sure. But basically, when you get over here, you can't really fight in this room. I mean, you can, but it's kind of difficult, especially if you haven't waited around and killed off the explodifiers. When you have bomblets and that space control, it's really difficult to not take damage. So a lot of people take extra ticks of spike trap damage here in my castle. Alright, and then we have a Zeke and a Puppeteer and a Hungerbot that I didn't even see until after it was too late. So we got an extra shot in right there off of the Hungerbot. Looks like 2 Hungerbots. So I mean, this is really easy to combo pretty well. I would consider, if you once you get level 28 Cyclopses, to possibly switch out for a Cyclops instead of 2 Hungerbots. The reason behind that is because a Cyclops stun, if you get a Cyclops stun with a Zeke, like aiming down his sight ready to shoot at you, and then the Cyclops stuns you, you will die almost certainly 100% of the time if you're an archer or a mage. A knight might be able to tank it. But basically, a Zeke's going to get all 3 of his shots off on a level 28 Cyclops stun, because it's so long, that you're going to take like 3,600 damage. It's going to be crazy at the maximum level Zeke, or, whatever yours might be. 26, I guess yours is right now. Alright, so we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, lastly we have DeiAndrei. I don't know, DeiAndrea? I don't know. Cast level is a 25. So we'll jump into it on my archer, see what he's got. That was really weird. I rolled and the door hit me on the head. Like, I should have died right there. It should have just pushed me out of the castle and just made me die instantly. That was insane. Alright. Let's see what's going to be pulled. We have a Hunger Bot, Mega Mutton, it looks like. Okay. I'm going to wait around for that then. There's no reason to engage it. Alright, so, I mean, Mega Muttons are pretty easy at this level. Your headshot gets a stun, I believe, at level 28. I'm not 100% sure if it always had that. I don't think so, though. But it makes Mega Muttons, that plus Bear Traps make Mega Muttons pretty weak at level 30. I haven't used them at all, really. I used them at first until I realized how easy they were for me to take down, and it's just pretty easy for archers to deal with them now. And that's really the only person that they were good against. Knights can stun lock them pretty easily, and archers with Bear Traps can just deal with them. Mages might still have a little bit of trouble, but not really. This here, it looks like your Zeke came a little bit too quickly. You want to delay it just very, very slightly. Not much, just a little bit. Move it a little farther away, turn it one more square or something away from the hero where he needs to move. And that'll help. Because you noticed I kind of killed both of them with one piercing shot. And you want it to delay so that the Cyclops stun hits you, and then the Zeke just comes around the corner and starts lining up a shot. Also, you level 28. Once you get up to level 28 Cyclopses, it'll help as well. I have to keep in mind that your level is 25, so Mega Muttons are still good for you. Don't take my advice on that. Like, Mega Muttons at level 26, if that's what they are, they're really good. Like, that's probably their best level, to be honest. So make use of them while you can, I guess, is what I would say. Alright, continuing on, let's see what we have here. Alright, so this is more of an annoying room, I think, than anything else. I don't think you should expect a ton of damage out of this room. Cyclopses that charge, as you can see, they do about 150 damage. A little bit over that. To people your level, probably 180 to 200. It's not that high. And also, if you get charged by one of them, a lot of the times the other ones will miss. Sometimes they'll hit, but with stun immunity kind of thing that builds up over time, you'll get a lesser amount of stun out of it and stuff like that. You shouldn't really expect Hunger Bots and Cyclopses to do a ton of damage when they're on charge like this. So it's more annoying than anything else. You can get pushed back and then knocked down by the Hunger Bot and stuff like that, and it's a little bit annoying to deal with. Scorpios are kind of another story, except for when you have Pinstrike Scorpios, they also don't really do a ton of damage. They do 240 from the hit, but if you can notice, if I can get close enough to it, the bite, I guess it's only 200. But generally the bite does more damage than the hook or the stun does. I guess in this case it's not. I don't know exactly why. Maybe it's just the hook that has lower damage. Either way, I think Scorpios still have a pretty good damage output. This is neat. Maybe your Cyclops be a little bit closer, like 1 or 2 hexes, because he stops right around here. You probably want him to run all the way down, so if I'm down in here and I see him, or if I come up here and I start to move backwards, he'll still hit me because he's within range. So maybe down 1 or 2 hexes, not too far, so that if the hero's hugging this wall, if he touches here, you still want him to charge. So test it yourself a couple times to see what works for you. Other than that, it's a good setup. Alright. another one of those. I kind of see the Zeke and I see it coming. If you don't see a bodyguarded Zeke, you know that there's a Cyclops at least incoming to your direction. That's why generally you want to hide the Zeke a little bit better and have the Cyclops just come and try to stun you. A lot of people will ignore the Cyclops because he doesn't do all that much damage by himself, which is obviously a mistake, but I do it on occasion. Alright. So, I mean, again, Mega Muttons are easier to deal with for me, and obviously your level's a little bit lower. It's still fine, though. A lot of these Cyclops combos, it can be really good if they hit, but it's almost predictable in certain circumstances like this. Like, if I see a Zeke right here, I know that that's coming. Whereas you could even have the Zeke all the way in the back of this room, and he would step up and take the shot in time if I were to get stunned, so... You're not really making full use of the range of his headshot, basically. Alright. Is this all the boss room? No, we have two groups here. The boss room and one other group, obviously. So... yeah, I mean, this is okay. There's no real reason not to have this group in here. I think it's fine. You have the Scorpio, and then the Defendatron guarding the Puppeteer, it looks like. I think that's all just fine. And then you have 3 Mega Mutton boss room, which is really good for your level. Like I said, Mega Muttons are the best at level 26. The reason why I say that is at level 22, the damage, their auto attack damage is negligible. At level 26, it can actually start to add up. You would normally take, if I was at level 26, I would take about 400 per auto attack from a level 26 Mega Mutton, which is really good. So I think that's kind of when they're best, is at this level. Oh, actually I'm gonna get killed by it, but yeah, that's more my mistake than anything else. Yeah, obviously 3 of them is a lot more difficult to deal with than just 1, right? Bear traps don't do nearly as much because it'll only stop 1 or 2 of them. But yeah, pretty good castle overall. So that is number 3. So we're gonna end the video here. Let's see, am I gonna run another one? I don't know, it's 8:30. We have maintenance in a half hour, so I'll probably just stop here, but I might do one more. We'll see. So yeah, we're gonna end the video here. If you guys enjoy what I do, please subscribe and all of that. If you want to be a part of Hero Castles, as always, you can email me at frenzycastleruns. There's a link in the description, as well as well, I guess it's just in the description. There's no link. There's a link to a spreadsheet in the description that you can check your status of when your castle will get done. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.